Captain, I just want to make it clear once and for all, in case you didn't know, the devil's in the details. And idle hands at the devil's workshop. So make of that what you will.
This is Clementine, and the devil's in the details.
What up, it's Bam Margera, giving a shout out to Devil Dog Gaming and the devil's in the details. Yeah, man.
Nate! Discord here. I don't know where you are, but I'm in Los Angeles, and I think you can see it in the background. On a beautiful day. So when are we all going to get back together again? Who's to say? The devil is in the details. The devil is in the details. Yes, the devil is in the details. Wouldn't you say?
Hello everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. This time I'm reviewing Saints Row the Third Remaster. This remaster was developed by Spearsoft and published by Deep Silver and was released on May 22nd of 2020 on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and PC with a Nintendo Switch edition coming soon. Now, it is an open-world third-person action shooter that is a remaster of the 2011 game with a bunch of new features added to it. Now, this is a correct way to do a remaster because remember, people, the difference between a reimagining and a remake and a remaster is an enhanced version of the original game, and this one actually does it quite well. It actually has all new lighting engine to it, physical-based rendering, new HD textures, and all the DLCs. Honestly, this is a fantastic remaster because it takes all the aspects of the original and adds to it in just about every way. The view distance is a lot better. They add a lot more pedestrians on the road, a lot more cars. The world feels a lot more alive than the original version did. Now, I got a lot of flack on my, the Mafia 2 review because I didn't really do an in-depth review even though it's an old game. And since I do not have a review of Saints Row the Third on my channel, you know what? Here it is, people. I'm doing a review on Saints Row the Third. Now, first of all, the original developer of this game was Volition, and it was originally published by THQ all the way back in 2011. Now, as for the overall plot of this title, it takes place 5 years after the events of the second Saints Row game, where the Third Street Saints have now evolved into a media organization that has gotten so big they pretty much branded themselves. And after a bank robbery to promote an upcoming film kind of goes awry, the leaders of the Saints are arrested and chaos ensues. It's the best way to describe it. I don't want to spoil the plot because it's so bombastic and over the top. Now, similar to the previous games, you explore an unrestricted environment and you go around the game world, and the main goal is to overtake the rival gangs that are in the city of Steelport. Now, the city has several different gangs that include the Morning Stars, the Luchadors, and the Deckers. And the best way to describe this game is almost like an over-the-top cartoony version of a Grand Theft Auto. Like, to select a weapon, it uses a weapons wheel to select your different weapons. And some of the weapons are really over the top, including farts in jars, and even being able to beat people down to death with big purple dildo bats. Now, with tons of different vehicles to pilot around, and all the missions can be played in either single player or even with a co-op friend, and I do believe it also has an online horde mode for you and another person as well. Now, at the start of the game, you get to build your own player with several different body types, clothing, and even the vehicles can be customized quite in-depthly too. and along with the main story missions, you could partake in all kinds of different side quests. Hands down, my personal favorite is insurance fraud. It's where you ragdoll yourself in front of traffic to get more money, and every car you hit, you bounce up to where you can bounce to another car. And basically, these different side missions that you do are used to damage the overall bad guy's meter, the syndicate's meter, to be able to take over the area. And after you progress far enough, you'll be able to gain experience points to unlock different perks for your character. Everything from no damage to falling off of buildings to infinite sprint and more. It's bombastic, it's fantastic, and it really is a really stupid game, yet very, very fun. Now, as you're playing this game, you also use a cell phone, and it's used to be able to call and support everything from backup to vehicle drops and deliveries of items and more. Now, keep in mind, without the DLC of this title, you're looking at about 20-25 hours for the game length alone. And with the DLC, including the, Genki's Adventure or whatever, most of it is just like item and weapon packs, but there are some DLCs that actually add a lot of content to this game. And hands down, this is a really fantastic way to actually do a remaster. Take the original game and add a lot to it. One thing I have to point out is if you're playing this game on the higher end systems, like the PS Plus system, the Pro system, I'm sorry, you can actually go into the option menu and change the frames per second to where it's not locked at 30 frames, because they do have it set to where you can bump it up to 1080 on a regular system and up to like almost, I'm going to call it 2.5K on your higher end systems. But there's also an option in the big systems that you can go in and turn off the lock on the frame rate to where it can increase it quite significantly up to 40 to maybe even 60 frames a second on the Xbox One Pro version. But I have noticed some massive dips in it, but it still plays and looks fantastically better than the original version in just about every way. From the overall draw distance to the character models, especially the lighting. The lighting, hands down, is one of the most best things about this title. And the fact that they add so many more enemies and characters, cars driving in the roads, it really does make this feel like a more hustling and bustling city. Now, if you were expecting anything new other than the original version of Saints Row the Third, you might be a little disappointed, because other than the DLC that is included with this, they do not add anything new to the mix. So just please keep that in mind when you buy this title. Now, once again, since this is a remaster of a rather old game, it is only $39.95 for this title. And I would have to say, honestly, even after all these years, going back and playing Saints Row the Third, I'm having just as much fun with it again as I was originally all those years ago. It looks good, it plays great, it's a fun, stupid game, and I can honestly recommend this game to just about anyone, especially if you've never played this version in the series. Honestly, this is one of the better ones, I think. After this one, they kind of get a little bit too carried away, like the one where you become the president and have to deal with aliens in space. That one gets just totally crazy. And I think the only other review I did was for Gat Out of Hell, which honestly is just like a spin-off version of the Saints Row 4. And in the end, I would still have to say Saints Row the Third is the best in the series. It's bombastic, it's over the top, it's a fun game to play. Graphically, since they did these enhancements, this is one of the better remasters I've seen on a game to date. Honestly, remember what the meaning of a remaster is, people. And also keep in mind, this is strictly my opinion. Your overall playability and fun factor with this title may differ. You may not like it, but I actually find it to be a fun, stupid game to be able to pick up and play by myself or with a friend at any time. And in the end, I can recommend to play Saints Row the Third, the remastered edition, and for $40, it's actually worth the price. This was Nate, aka Devil Dog. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this video. Please hit the like icon if you like this video. Leave in the comments below what you think about Saints Row the Third remastered. Hit the bell icon to stay updated whenever I release any new videos on my channel. And of course, I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out until next time.